Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Food for Thought. Here we are, we're going to be talking about well-being, emotional, mental, and physical well-being, right? Now, I have a very close friend on the channel today. That's Veena Sashikumar. She wears multiple hats. She's a sales professional, she is a stand-up comedian, emceeing, and whatnot. A lot to know about her and an amazing work that she's doing. Welcome to my channel, Veena.
Hi, Uttara, and thank you. And I think this is long overdue, but yeah, it's good to finally make this happen.
Yes, and thanks to you. And as you rightly said, it's been long overdue, and especially with what we're going to be discussing today, I'm super excited. So, Veena, as I said before, you wear multiple hats. You're an MC, a stand-up comedian, which is interesting, and an IT sales professional, which is quite a lot, especially the work itself could be taxing. And to add to that, you do an amazing job with the neurodivergent kids. So let's hear more about you. Tell us about your background and what do you do?
So yeah, you covered most of what I do. So one of the emceeing and the stand-up comedy, which I probably did one of, uh, was a started. It started with my speaking boot camp. So I did a boot camp as a speaker, and I've always been a speaker with a background in uni, did road track and was a president and DRR and all those kind of things. So I've had that speaking skills, but this basically gave me a way to get onto stage and talk about what was more close to my heart. Um, and that led to so many other things. So that's I've been trying to create more awareness around what's happening, especially around the neurodivergence and those areas. So that is my focus personally. Is that what I do? But sales is something that comes naturally because I speak really well.
Okay. Okay. I can
uh,
vouch for that because I've known you for years. And it's very strange the way we connected again. We knew each other just from our audience. We knew each other what 21 years ago. And then we
yeah,
connected after that, after 20 years, which is amazing. And I think it's the sales and the background that kind of really connected us and the
yeah,
work you do around kids. Yeah.
that's true. And I think fabric, we cut, I generally tell people that we cut from the same fabric. So
Yes. Right.
Yes. Yes, so sales is more, I think I've been selling a lot of things since the time I was a child. So, ideas, thoughts, getting my dad to agree to things. So, yeah, a lot of things I've been selling. So it's just become a profession.
Great, great. Well, yeah, just like a lot of us, you do, as you rightly mentioned now, you wear multiple hats. And as you can see, I'm in the midst of a shoot and talking to you. So how do you manage all of it? And how did you start off with this concept to create awareness on neurodivergent kids?
Um, so even as a youngster, so with road track, a lot of people used to ask me, how do you do so many things? So, and the answer to that is you never have time. You never have time. You have to make time, right? So if it's something close to your heart, you make time for it. And for me, the awareness bit is very close to my heart because I have a daughter who is on the autism spectrum. It took a while for us to understand what she was going through, and a lot of medical appointments, doctors, therapies from the time she was born. So that and to she went through a surgery when she was 2 years old, a brain surgery when she was 2 years old. That started the journey into this different land that I was completely unaware of. And slowly I realized that there is not a lot of people I can connect with or who understand this. Because unless it's close to your heart, you don't really go and dabble into this, right? So as a cause, I took it up and said, look, I need to create more awareness because once I am gone, which will be sooner that, which will be at some point, right? Uh, there has to be a good place for my daughter to live, right? So unless people are aware of what it is, or unless, and if you're not aware of things, you generally treat it as something that is untouchable, or something that, oh my God, what is this? I don't want to do anything with it, kind of thing. So unless there is awareness, people are going to behave like that, and that is going to continue. So somebody has to get their hands dirty, or somebody has to get into the field and say, like, look, this is what it is, and this is how you deal with it. And I thought making this world a better place for my daughter is a good starting point. So purely started it out of selfish reasons, if you want to call it that. But yeah, purely started out of selfish reasons. But I'm seeing the momentum happening, because a lot of people are wanting to join hands. What a lot of people are wanting to join the bandwagon of creating that awareness.
Right. So you made it sound very simple and very easy, as if it was a smooth journey. It would have been a very tough journey, Veena. So how do you, or what's the message that you would like to give parents? Because I personally know a lot of them who might be going through similar situations, and they shy away from socializing. They shy away from talking about it. They shy away from meeting the doctors, or sometimes even postpone their appointments because they fear what's coming next is something that they cannot accept. So, what's your message to those parents? And because, as I said, you made it sound so simple and easy, but that journey would have been so difficult, especially as a parent, as a mother, to take that and accept it. And you changed that situation from not so pleasant to something to give an opportunity to your daughter that she can do something for herself, stand up for herself as an adult. So, what's that message? And how do we cope up with it?
So yes, it is hard to accept that there is somebody in your life who is not like you, or um, you know, uh, disability is looked as something that is bad, right? And that is, or a taboo, or something that you shouldn't be talking about, or something you should mask or put a blanket over. Um, this causes a lot of problem in later life, which is what I've realized, right? And I know a few people who've been diagnosed with some kind of divergent issues later in life, right? And that has caused a lot more problems emotionally, and hence personally, hence physically, So the sooner you address it, the sooner you're actually able to plug the hole and start creating a better life for them, right? So in some cases, telling them, oh, deal with it, when they don't know, they don't have the tools. You don't have the tools to deal with it. I had to learn so many things before I started helping my daughter. And she is a lot better for that. The doctor who told me this said, she's never going to walk, she's never going to talk. You might as well start planning her future in a care home, because she's going to live like a vegetable. And that is a very daunting thought for a parent, right? I mean, so what? For the rest of your life, you just put the child in a wheelchair and not think about it? What are you going to do, right? That is where the journey started. And I said, what? Who made you God? And I said, nope, I don't accept this, because the minute you accept defeat, that's it. It's all gone. Life stops. You don't grow anymore. Right?
Right.
But the minute you say, no, I don't accept this, I want to actually see what are the other options. I accept my child for what she is, but I don't accept what the world says about her. Right? So you break it down, because many a times now there are a lot of people who come out and say that, Einstein had some neurodivergent issues, or Steve Jobs had some neurodivergent issues. And there are some documented evidence where they said that they were always sent back home. imagine if Einstein's mom said, "Oh, no, no, you just sit at home, don't do anything. You are not good enough."
Yeah.
Yeah. There was another thing that I read which said, what if the cure for something that we are fighting so hard, the cure is in the mind of a neurodivergent,
Mm.
and you just shush them
Mm.
because you thought they're not worth anything. So it's still up as a parent, it's still up to us to work on that. And and you know it deep within, right? You
Yes.
know that there is something wrong, or you know that something is not going right. Okay. But un instead of acting on your gut, you listen to the world saying, "Oh my God, what will my neighbor think? Or what will my mother think? Or what will my in-laws think?"
Yeah.
And then you shush that gut instinct,
Right.
right? So rather than shushing that gut instinct, if you think there's something wrong, go find out what's wrong. And when you find out, it might not be as big as you think it is, right? Or you just have to take a different path, and you'll still lead to the same success. But you have to equip yourself to go to that success. So if you're walking in a slippery road, you might as well wear some gears that will help you not to slip, rather than saying, "Oh, I'm not even going that way."
Mm.
So I would say reach out, because reaching out is what helped me. I put my hand up and I said, "Look, I don't understand what the hell is happening. I'm feeling like shit." I and honestly, it was a big rant. I don't even know which Facebook group I put it in. Put it in a Facebook group, a big rant. A lot of people sympathize, said, "Oh, I'm so sorry you're going through this." But there's one person who reached out and said, "I I'm in that space where you are. I was in that space 3 years ago. Happy to help you." If I had
And
not put my hand up, nobody would have helped me.
and
I
that
would have
you
still
asked
felt
for
like shit.
help, it worked, and that's what
Yeah,
is key, right?
yeah. So it's always, once you accept your situation, you need to get yourself aware and put your hand up for help, because you are not a superwoman or a superman who has the answer for everything. And Google and ChatGPT don't have answers for everything, right? You need to go experience. And experience comes only if you put your hand for help, because you have to draw information from others. There's a saying that says there are three ways of learning. Learn the easy way, hard way, or the tragic way. Right? The easy way is to learn from others' experiences. So why do it the hard or the tragic way when you have access to the easy way?
That's 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 a great message to take back. There is so much of resource around, and the easy way, which we don't think, we always want to do the right tough way, and don't want to ask for help. But look, you were there, you asked for help, you got that, and you're helping others, a lot of communities and parents now. And the best part, I must say, for people who don't know that, if you could tell us what your daughter is doing now, because the doctors once said she's going to be a vegetable, not walk, not talk, not move. But it's amazing to see what she does now. So you want to just probably throw some light on that?
Yes. So she is now a non-stop chatterbox, and she wouldn't stop. You know that. She sings, she plays her keyboard, piano. She's done a little few performances in some events where she's the starting act, where she plays her piano in the beginning. She's also playing basketball. She runs around. She's in high school now.
Beautiful.
And one of the things that I'm teaching her now to do is, yes, she has a lot of anxiety based on how people react to her, and it obviously is built up through ages, right? But now I'm teaching her to say, "I have autism, but that's okay." And that is a new level of empowerment that I'm building in her, saying that it's okay to have autism. I'm just different and I don't bite. So,
Right.
and knowing the way she is, she's quite spunky, the way she talks and the way she interacts with people. So, I'm getting that, she is going to be the mouthpiece for this, going, yeah, that's okay to have autism, but I'm so cool. Look at me.
I see her as an ambassador in that. I have seen her behave and, socialize with people. I love that confidence that she has in her. Excuse me. And well, I see that, like, I see that confidence when we put the lights, camera, action as well there, because she comes across so well on her photos. And I see her as that ambassador for the other kids to take that message forward, saying, hey, this is not all. There's so much that we can do. And it's just like all of us, right? It's just about, in other simple words to put it, the rewiring sometimes could not go okay. I would not
Yeah.
say wrong, just not okay. And we can just tweak it. It
Yeah.
might not be perfect towards the end. There would be a little bit of twist and turns, but it's okay. It's still functioning so well to its capacity. So that's the
Yeah, and
message that I take forward. Yeah.
exactly. And, it takes all kinds,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
if we didn't have the likes of Einstein, we wouldn't be where we are in terms of science, right? If we
Absolutely.
didn't have the likes of Steve Jobs, we wouldn't have Apple. Apple will still be a fruit,
Yeah. And
right?
also talking about authors like Dave Pilkey
Mm.
as well has learning disabilities, but he's doing amazing. He's an author. He's released so many books. So I see your daughter there. She definitely is the ambassador for this.
Yes, and I'm powering her wings. So that's my role.
Yeah.
I
Thank
have
you, Veena.
changed my role for that.
Thank you, Veena. This is a lot of, I would say, requires a lot of guts, so much of work that goes in the back end to get that positive energy and positive mindset. So you got that change within you. Your husband's got that change within him to get that change and get your daughter out there. So that's great. And I know you do have platforms there for moms to connect. I would definitely share that in my description box. But what's your message to the community? What is it that you'd like to tell the community? If I had to say just one word, what would that be?
Acceptance. I would say accept people for what they are, who they are. That will create the genuineness, the love. And honestly, whether you have neurodiversity or not, all that we are looking for as humans is acceptance, right? So if you're looking for that, have that for others as well. And then you'll see the change around you. So one of the biggest thing that I've seen internally, the change happened when I accepted my situation for what it is, right? So that will lead to the next steps. Acceptance leads to awareness. Awareness leads to change. Change leads to empowerment, right?
Right.
And the cycle continues.
It's a vicious circle.
And let's make a good cycle out of it instead of a vicious cycle. So
Great. Thanks, Veena. That's a great message out there. So I'm sure a lot of moms are going to reach out to you. A lot of parents are going to reach out to you. So thanks for that. And viewers, I hope you got a lot of message out there. And for moms, for parents who want to talk to Veena, I would be sharing her details in our description box. And do remember, all of us have some flaws in us. No one's perfect. All that we need to do is understand what works well for us, what are the flaws, and work towards getting ourselves better. So there is nothing called differently enabled child, disabled child. All of us have some flaws in us. For some, it's very obvious. For some of us, it's not that obvious. So let's all working towards getting better. And as Veena said, reach out, ask for help, and accept it and do the best. So thank you so much. Thanks again,
thank you.
Veena, for being on my channel. and working on such a noble cause. You did say it was for a selfish reason you started, but I see that you very selfishly go ahead and help people, selflessly go ahead and help people. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, Sutra. Thanks for getting the word out.
Yeah. Talk to you soon.
Talk
Bye.
to you
Thank
soon.
you,
Bye.
viewers. Bye.